how these people move. See, the movement is on par, so somebody's angry, they don't like what they're seeing, so let's see what it goes. It's completing. The other guy's, hey bro, calm down. Yeah, he's getting angry. Calm down, take a chill, take a chill, take a chill, sort of thing, yeah. And I think it's a typical Jadobi thing to happen, to be honest. Let me try adding a couple more frames, but I think frames are not enough. They're like shouting, angry, like, what the hell were you thinking? How do you park a car? How do you park? That place is small to park. I don't know. It could be anything. Can't you see where you're going? Can't you see where you're going? The binoculars are backwards. You got the binoculars backwards. I don't know. Yeah. It could be any conversation. Just sincere outrage. Sincere outrage. Let's do the other one. Oh, I was tagged somewhere. Who's tagging me? I don't want to be tagged. Who is tagging me? Let's do the next one. I'll watch it again. Put it down to 0. So the guy's arms are 0. You can see that we have the full body structure. They all wearing their white slippers. That's what they like to do. Awesomeness. Alright, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? What's happening? Don't you know it's going da da da? What else is happening? We can't deal with this nonsense. That's what's happening, yeah. Look what you're doing. You got the binoculars backwards. You got the binoculars backwards, bro. You got them backwards. Nas dinkum. Blah blah blah. So that's what's happening. So one guy's losing it, crashing out. The other person is trying to, what's it called? Console them, calm them down. That's what's happening. Actually, not bad. I'm actually more happy with the background. The colors are working well. And we'll see what happens more. Thank you for checking that out. Okay, now let's get to the next one. So we've seen enough of that. I get to the next thing. ASAP in a minute. And I can go over on to the other one. Pretty wildness. Some serious wildness. Post my post, appreciate you, bro. Alright, that's pretty cool. Pretty much enjoying this one. Alright, next thing we're gonna do, we got enough of that. That's been fun. I mean, great. Let's go on to the next thing. On to the next thing. Okay. Actually, they don't. They don't need to be round. It's part of the drawing style. Actually, because I don't know. I don't want to comment on anybody, but some people's shoulders are not round. Actually, it's not the shoulder. Actually, the shoulder. Yeah, it's part of the style. I want to make something weird. That's why I did it like that. And everyone has a style. Some people, they have big chin. Some people they have something else, but for me, I chose this. I'm gonna do some other things later. I'm trying to make a style, sort of. So it then eventually is gonna become the guy with the not so round shoulder style. I don't mind that. That's what I'm trying to do. It's my whole thing. So yeah, make myself a bit different. Okay. All right. Let's see my voice. Oh, feel my voice and feel my cosmic power. Yeah, it happens. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and do that for the most part, and from there onwards, it's gonna get more and more interesting. Yeah, that's what I actually intended to do. That was my pure intention. Pure intention. Yeah, with that being said, let's get to the next one. That was pretty cool. I was trying to confront and console. So we're down with that. Confronting, consoling is okay. So let's go to the next thing. Here we go. Alright, here we go to the next one. Pretty excited to share it. So let's get out and go to the next thing. Okay, I'm gonna put it back to 0. Whew. Make his head the focus of the thing. So yeah, I made him have big chin, and the eyes are dark, but that's how it goes as a style. Now let's go from there. Okay, here we go. Let me just make a layer. Got a new layer. We're gonna lay things down. Okay. Auto fill off. Auto stroke on. Thickness. Let's make it 44. And then we go from there. So we're doing a circle of life. So now we're gonna get going from there. Yeah, I can see the whole board. Actually, I'll just make it bounce first. Make the circle bounce. Then after that, we're gonna go to the next drawing. Next drawing, I have a lot of things to do. I want things to flow naturally. Oh yeah. Okay. We'll make it come somewhere here. And of course I need this frame box, the circle box. I gotta add all this stuff together to make it make sense. I made it go too far. Let's get it further. Okay, I'm going to work on the face from here. What's the day today? Oh, we got my highlights later, yeah. So let's do the eyes like that. So yeah, so put that as general. Then we're gonna get to the everything else part. Gonna make a funny beard. So we get things going. I gotta make a funny beard to make it look really weird. So we got the beard that's gonna look funny. So if you have like a beard sort of thing, it takes time to load. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. So yeah, it's a bit lagging, but it is what it is. Let me save it while it's lagging. If I don't save it, it could crash at any time. My thing is overloaded. So what I need to do, I just do the simple thing, draw the actual beard, whatever, and then voila, there it goes. It's the mustache, this is the mouth, and then the blackness shall be the beard. Got the beard black, of course. Then we decide how it works, spins around, and this gets interesting. Let's make this get interesting. From there, to make sure that he can move concisely. Yeah, it can move concisely. That way I can easily draw something going up and going down. After that we have the eyes, which should be in check. I should be able to move significantly well. Each eye should be able to move independently. Yeah, all that should be able to work well. Boom. That's what it is. So this is just a little bit of a catch-up lunch session, everybody. This should be pretty fun. And then we... Whoa, morning, Peacefully, what's up? Hope all is well. Okay, how come I just think I just saw that late. I said it early. Oh crap, that's embarrassing. Morning. I saw it a bit late. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Now let's focus on other things. It's all the way there. Crazy. So we're gonna start with the other guy first. So that's how we're gonna get it done. Freaking. So we make it come this way a bit. Yeah, I just realized power with Tommy is coming soon. So yeah. Look to this thing over here, which is a nice way to go. Then we get things smoothly running from there. So yeah, we start off with the hair. God bless the hair. Okay. And then afterwards we're going to go straight to the head and other things. So I think I'm going to do something really weird. I have an idea. Got the hair, the head. We got the same body as neck. That looks a bit weird. But look, I like that look. It's a bit weird. It's a bit out there. Whew. All right. Gonna get the body. Got the body going on there. Afterwards, sheesh, Bob. You got your left arm. You got your right arm. We got the legs. The legs are gonna take over this whole situation. So yeah, this will take over the whole situation. It's pretty impressive. Okay. I wonder if I can control from because of distance. So the funny thing I could have like several sets of arms. I could have the arms like that arm there, and I have these arms there. Or I could go straight with the other ones. I have two options. I'm going to go with this one. And then from there, you go to the other dude. So Taekwondo. 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 Oh yeah. Taekwondo, we got it going on. We have the hair. Got the hair involved. From the hair involvement, we have the head. Okay. Got the hair, head, the general body. Guess we're gonna go to the neck first. That was gonna be neck, body. Yeah, change this one. It's different. There's no neck. Get straight to the body, straight like that. Let me get to the arms. Straight away arms, ready. Then we get to the legs. This guy's ready to fight, sideways. Pretty tough one. Afterwards, let's see what else we got going on. Got a couple things going on after that. I have no idea who this is. What the hell is that? So from there we got other things going on. Yeah. see. Okay, let's go for the backgrounds. Okay, going for the backgrounds. Okay, we have the backgrounds in general. I think I might change the background. That looks pretty cool. Let me try and make something look different. Because the background looks cool over there. Let's change something else. Let's see what else I can do to change the background. This is going to be pretty interesting. Let's see what else we can do. Ping panel. Try and find something that complements this color. Okay. That might be better. Okay. Let's complement this as a different way. It's gonna look interesting. Nah, I don't like it. Let's get pink or purple, whatever that was. Okay, from there. I don't know. Okay. Alright, let's cast different layers now. I don't want to use the other one. Open this down. Okay. Alright, this is getting more interesting. Pretty nice. Alright, that's looking like what we got, what we want to get overall. Now what I'm going to do the unthinkable. Going to double everything. this guy. And make him do what he has to do over here. This guy's over there. Okay. Gonna double him as well. Doubled. And we'll make him temporarily invisible. So we're gonna make them temporarily invisible to make it work. Okay. They're not invisible, make them invisible now. Bingo. So here comes the fun stuff. Here comes the fun stuff. Okay. So now let's get to what the fight was earlier. I'll try and make it into the fight scene as well as it was before. Okay, wait. Before I get further, I'll go back to the backgrounds. Make it like a different color scene, so it's purple, blue. Okay. Let's do it like that. Okay. So now before we get to that, let's get to the other scene. So I want to make things look a bit weird. Here comes the fun stuff. We have the other things. So we have the two men. Okay, let's get this thing going. Oh. I don't know what happened. Hey. Four. Bring back to 0. What happened? So here's here. I don't know what happened there. We'll figure it out. What's happening now? Get confused. But if we're the same thing. Okay, we're having a bit of a disappearing act issue over here. I don't know why. Guess we'll figure it out. Oh, because of the other scene. Ah, I got it. That makes sense. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to move all that. Damn. Oh, damn. Oh. So I gotta fix the party scene. This is a bit weird. Alright, 1 second. I got karate 3, karate 4. Oh my god. Alright, here, I have to delete all those movements. I just realized it goes back to the original place. Alright, I got it now. Wow, I did that from 0. That's some wildness.
Hey.
What's up, Blessings? We're gonna work tonight, or what's the plan?
We're going to work tonight.
Yeah, I thought so. I just calculated the days. Yeah.
It's life of working.
But I think you can. God bless TikTok, because when we're here, I think you're nicer, faster. I think I was hearing people who work at night. They said a lot of cases it's nice. You have less work, but also it's boring because it's really long. And then
depends if it's a quiet ward or not. Sometimes it gets busy.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Especially on my ward.
On your ward.
Majority of the time, it's quiet, but there's times where it's chaos.
Okay. So times it's full chaos,
Mm-hmm.
huh? Okay, that's interesting. I didn't expect to see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing about it is the pay is better, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's what I remember hearing about those who work at night. They get better pay.
Mm.
You get much better pay. That's what I recall. It's similar, but I think Australia that's one of the things that Australia did, because I think not all countries do that. They differentiate the night work and other things. I think that what they do, they take advantage of the fact that it's hard to find a job in some other countries.
Even night and afternoon as well.
Afternoon is more pay. Afternoon has more pay. What are you saying?
No, even afternoon. So you get like the hourly rate,
Yeah.
and then you get the afternoon.
Ah. The afternoon. Okay. So the
You get the afternoon. You get like your hourly rate, and then you get afternoon rate, and then night shift you get your hourly rate, and then you get obviously the night shift rate on top of that.
Like, okay. That is wondering that people, like, right answer, and people turn into werewolves. What do you want to hear? Werewolves. Hey, this guy.
What does significant mean? What happens after 8?
I don't know. That's why I decided to ask him. He asked me a weird question, so I gave him the weird answer he's looking for. I don't know. But yeah. Do you? So how was Halloween in Australia? Was it very common, or did they do much?
Australian people don't usually celebrate Halloween like that.
Okay. The funniest thing, I was shocked in the Middle East. There's something called Garga'a. I don't know if you heard of it.
What's that?
Okay. Before Ramadan, the kids will go around in traditional Arabic clothes, knock on doors, and they're given candy. I was listening to that. I said, "What?" Yeah, they get given candy. It's called Garga'a. I said, "That's Halloween." He said, No, that's haram. I said, "Then what are you talking about?" Kids knocking on the door and getting candy in costumes their Arabic costume. That's Halloween. They didn't like that, but it's the truth. And then I asked, where did it come from? We don't know. I said, well, look back. I bet you it's from Halloween. Somebody said, let's make our own Halloween.
Let's make Halloween the halal way.
Yeah, the halal way, basically. I was surprised. Can you imagine that they actually have something where there's an actual halal way and not so halal way? I was surprised. I'm gonna do something weird. Okay.
Oh my God! Did you hear about that? There's this American singer. I forgot the name.
Someone he passed away?
He was married. No, he didn't pass away. He was with his girlfriend 10 years. They had a child together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And he ended up breaking up with her because he's saying that he didn't want to marry her. Why do men do that?
That's normal. If you're not the one, you're not the one. But the only problem,
After 10 years?
uh, yeah, after 10 years, it's because somewhere. But the man was wrong for that though, because he knew. I think he knew from way long ago that she was basically a side piece, and they never told the person. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that's what we call that stringing along. That happens a lot.
I think I've lost, to be quite honest with you, Judubi, I've lost hope in Rijal. Because there's so many cases, these things happen on a daily basis. Like, men will be in a relationship, but then they're chasing this other woman. They'll have this woman, like, let's say, they're saying that their side piece become for like over years. They get married, they're still connected with the woman. And then people want to say, like, a lot of men will be like, oh, that men can be like not emotionally invested with someone. But do you really think that even if you are continually being physically intimate with someone for even more than 6 months, there's something there, trust me.
I don't know. This is something that I hope it doesn't sound disrespectful, but I think we have been indoctrinated, or we've been conditioned to have an image of what we think a wife is. So, having said that, if this guy, what's it called? He's attracted to this woman. He has strong feelings for her, but he does not want to introduce her to the family as a wife. She's doomed. That's why a lot of women got smart. Can I meet your parents? Because they wanted to know if they were comfortable introducing her to them. But there's a lot of men, they can sleep. Even to be honest, even Graces. Some Graces actually are attracted to black women, but they do not want to be seen with them in public. You haven't heard about that? So there's somebody, he's racist. He does not like people of color, but he will gladly sleep with a woman with color. You never found that weird? Or you never heard about that?
I don't think that means the person doesn't like it. Maybe he just likes those women of color, but maybe doesn't like the men of that color.
Nope. Even that woman of color he slept with, he can shame her and insult her in front of the people.
Okay, insulting is a little bit too far.
I'm telling you, he can insult. He can even call her the N-word, and you're nothing to me. I've heard of some cases. A person slept with a woman, and everything, of color, and then when he's among his boys and the other people, he will throw her under the bus, and it make it look like he'd never touch her. So, I've always wondered about what is up with that, and then I learned further and further that the what's it called? It's about the mindset. What do you feel? What's it called? Comfortable. It's just like you've heard in TikTok all these people who are insulting people, women, and the mamas and stuff, right? If they were given an opportunity to sleep with the ones that they've been insulting, they would take it. So the hypocrisy is crazy. So they'll say all these worst things.
But for me,
yeah, go ahead.
I don't think, for me personally, I don't think you meeting the guy's family means that the guy is going to take you serious.
No, it eliminates the fact that what's it called? It eliminates the fact that he'd never take you serious, because there's some people. If they're what's it called? You're always sleeping together. They would never introduce you to the family, because the family they already have someone the family has planned that you're supposed to be with. Does that make sense? So you what was happening with you in the bedroom was always a you and him in the bedroom. But if they actually introduce you to the family, it means that there is a small chance that it could be something. if they don't introduce you to family, yeah, that thing was a graveyard relationship from the beginning. But what you're saying is a point. Yeah, I'm not, because some guys caught on, that the women have caught on that they, what's it called, are how do you what's it called, if they don't introduce them to the family, then the knacking is over. So some of the guys have caught on to that thing that women have noticed. So yeah, but yeah, it doesn't, because I think that the game is involved. Before it was very easy, clear cut, but things have changed. I totally agree on that one. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the reason why I'm saying this here?
Okay.
My own personal experience here. I dated this guy. Apparently, I was the first woman ever introduced me to the family. The relationship ended a month later.
Get out of here.
I'm telling you. And he got me, that he actually took me to, there was like an event at the mom's house. There was the mom, there was uncles, there was aunties, and he introduced me to family, because I always had that mindset where, if a man introduces you to the family, that means the man actually is serious about you. That's when I was like still in my early 20s. So obviously I was a little bit, gullible, and I didn't know much,
Naive.
Yeah. So I went there, everything like that. The guy spoiled me anyways. Yeah. And then he decided that he wanted to go to a different state because he wanted to go and work there.
Yeah.
And when he went there, I swear I had a feeling there was another woman. Yeah. Because he started to act weird. Doesn't call me, doesn't pick up my phone calls, and I was like, is there someone there? Because if there's someone, just say it. The guy didn't say it. I said, okay, fine. Anyways, relationship ended up, we broke up, everything, yeah? And then from that mindset, I started saying that it doesn't even matter if he takes you to the freaking family. It doesn't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing from another experience that I had when I was dating someone, he was cheating, and then he was cheating with this woman. I think even before me, I ended up being in a relationship with him. He was continually with him, and I was the girlfriend that everybody knew about. Everyone knew it was him because he was my high school sweetheart. Everyone knew I was that girlfriend. Everybody knew that I'm the one. The family knew, literally, I was the main one, and this girl was obviously the person that he was hiding. But after these years, and these things happened in my early 20s, yeah?
Yeah.
Early mid-20s, yeah? So when I started sitting down and I started reflecting, I was like, nah, there's no way that if a man continues to sleep with another woman, say, assuming he has a girlfriend or he has a wife, yeah?
Yeah.
That for more than 6 months or something, that he does not have feeling for her. I really disagree with that, because from my experience, I started realizing, I was like, okay, he is attached to this girl. They have something. As much as women want to be naive about it and be like, oh, no, but he loves me because he's showing me up. No, I don't agree with that. Because yes, you are the wife at home, but why is he spending so much time with that girl? Why is he okay with losing you? Someone else that he claimed that is not. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Look what happened with Prince Charles and Diana. Even though the lady was not half as good looking as Diana, she actually, what's it called? Prince Charles would still go back to his ex and do the most.
Yeah. And she became the wife.
By default.
Diana's gone now.
Yeah. That's why she became the side chick success story.
No, this is the thing that I really feel like some men mislead women. I am not for, okay, be the side chick, but I know for a fact that, let's say if I am married right now and my husband keeps, what is it called, committing adultery with some other woman, and it keeps going on, he had a mistress for years, I know for a fact there's something about that woman that he doesn't want to let go of. And majority of the time I probably think that, he's not even interested in the relationship anymore. I feel like women that are delusional, but I'm the wife, he loves me, this. Okay, if he loved you so much, why is he able to jeopardize you leaving him for someone else? What does that put you in? What category? That's the way that I see it.
But
I don't know if
you're correct. But the thing is, what's it called? A lot of the gender you're talking about, or our gender, I don't know how to put it, we do like the relationship if there's no strings attached. So most people are wondering what the hell is the mistress purpose. The mistress is all the benefits without the responsibility, and that's what a lot of people are looking for. That this whole, like right now, this whole thing of
but men are actually spoiling their mistresses. Men are taking their mistresses on holiday.
Yeah, because the mistresses don't complain. They're appreciating. The mistresses will, if they're some of them, if they're pissed off, they're gonna hold it in. They're what they what's called the image people are seeing from movies, because we all been conditioned like, oh, women gotta be like this. Women will never talk back. Women are, there's a lot of stuff that we've conditioned through Hollywood. I don't know or where that's been conditioned from. A lot of that stuff has made us have a false image of what women are supposed to be. So when we get that false image, and then we find someone who is reflecting that false image that we've been looking at, we run for it. Like right now, I'll be honest. What's it called? There's some women that I know, even I used to know in the IRL. They're happily married and everything, but throughout my time around them, even when situations were bad with other people, I've noticed that they don't ever if they're insulting, there's a reason. They can stand up themselves, but they've always been respectful. I've noticed. I was watching that, and then there's an attraction for some people who can be logical, even though when they're supposed to be emotional. And then, so what's happening is, there's a lot of people who see someone who is always logical and not emotional, and sometimes this woman will put the guy's feelings first, even above her own. Sadly, a lot of people are into that stuff. That's what happens. Which sounds wrong. There's some women who will sacrifice their feelings and happiness to make this man happy. When a man finds something like that, they don't want to let that go. And then also, there's another thing that you're not gonna like about is when you've been honest and you said a lot of things. It's honest. It's a great honesty and everything. You feel good and you've been honest. You've been straight. The man will hear it, but a lot of men, low key, did not want that to happen. They wish you went back and just held it in and not said anything. I don't want to say all men, but there's a lot of men who are not fans of women who found the ability to share what's bothering them. And I realize our mothers and the aunties of that generation, they would always hold it in. They I don't want to call it that, but they used to hide the crazy. The crazy anger, crazy emotion stuff. They used to hide it. And a lot of guys have seen that and think that's how it should be. Even though the world is changing, yeah. I don't know if it sounded insensitive, but that's the way I understand it.
You know what, honestly, I feel like women in general, like us in this generation, I think we've got to a point where we actually don't care.
Did you ever did you ever notice how many times when you're talking with a pseudo dude or a person with a jalaba mindset, they're gonna always bring this word submission. But if you were, and they never explain what it means. They said she needs to submit, da 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 da. They say even in pretty much all languages you can think of, they will say the submission. But if you actually want to boil down, what does submission mean? It means full respect, full loyalty, little to no questions ever asked. That's what they're asking for, and sadly, a lot of people said like, nope. That's what they're basically asking for. If you actually think about it, that's what submission
And
is.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Our generation now, we don't really care because the thing is, we make our own money, we have our own career. You want to give us headache. You think that you're going to do something, and then you're going to manipulate me, thinking that I'm not going to verbalize it. Sorry, it doesn't happen here. But I'm starting to think now because I see a lot of things. Like a lot of people share their story. A lot of married women share their story, and I'm like, I'm so horrified because I'm like, this man hates you.
And the only question is if you could get that man in a room or have the friends and find out what she did.
No, because the thing is, humans, we're conditioned, like when we love something, we protect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are conditioned like that. When you love something, you protect it, you value it.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly, like for me, my perspective is changing so much on men, especially being in my 30s. And obviously, like, there's some things that I've been through and then hearing other people's stories. I'm like, you know what? A man would leave a 20-year marriage like nothing. And I think we women need to stop thinking like, but I've been with him for 5 years, I've been with him for 10 years, I've been with him for 2 years, and I can't let go. Let go, because he would let you go with just a click of a finger.
It's the truth, isn't
I know. Dublin, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I just don't think this generation of men really care like that. And I think us women need to just mirror their energy. Because if you're with him for 5 years and he just decides to leave you the next day, make sure if you find someone within the 5 years and that person is better, you stay with that person.
The funny thing, if that happens, the shame of that woman, the way she gets dragged is wild.
It doesn't matter anymore because as long as you're happy, why do you care what people think about you?
Fair enough.
I feel like women have been conditioned for many, many years, but it's just like inbuilt now because we'll witness the same marriages. Like, let's say, like our parents, like millennials, still. And most of our parents, they were silenced, not because they wanted to, but like what you said before, just like submitting or like surrendering, basically, rather than submitting. It's a control for them to choose because you're left with the choice of either you're going to single parent or you stay with this person and then like go parent and look after your child. And like you said, most still are into loving West Anglo countries, they all practice it. And I think to me it's kind of it's control and it is controlling women. Conditioning.
And then the thing is, it's like
I'm okay to like you have to make that decision and be okay to be alone. Otherwise, like you're an emotional being, you're going to be jealous and you're going to like grief. When you grieve that marriage, you're gonna miss a lot of things and end up fighting the next one.
You see, and this is the thing. I've heard stories where married women will go at the other woman, start insulting her, shaming her, everything like that,
Yeah.
And then after all that, the man is still going to that woman. So it's like, for me, this is my personal opinion, as the wife, what the hell are you doing? Because you're going to attack her, you're going to come at her wrong, you're going to do all this stuff to her wrong. Now she has this mindset where she's like, oh, okay, since I'm triggering you, I'm not going to stop. And then you go to that woman. For me, if I was in a bad situation, I would be like...
That woman is trying to control the environment, right? Because, like, if she can't control her man or the guy is not taking accountability, what is next? You're going to go to the next person, right? Because you're trying to control the situation by scaring that woman off or making her the problem. Usually, because men, like abusive men, they will continue the same mistake over and over again until you just give up on them. And like you look within your own self and find other reasons to stay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Okay. In that aspect, in that scenario, from the beginning, as the wife, you should already know you're wasting your time. Because if this man is continually doing the same thing, it's not different woman, yeah? It's not like he's sleeping Monday and sleeping with someone else, Tuesday and sleeping with someone else. It's the same woman that he is cheating on you with. At this point, I'm like, you know what? You're the wife. Because why am I bothering myself, stressing myself out, knowing that at the end of the day that you're not stopping this, because at the end of the day, you're the one making me look stupid. This woman does not have any loyalty towards me, yeah, for me. This is our marriage. The same way that I would respect myself, knowing that I'm a married woman, is the same way that obviously he needs to respect himself, knowing that he's a married man. Because let's say if the roles were reversed, yeah, and I, let's say, was cheating on my husband with another man, and then my husband finds out, but I continually keep, cheating on him with the same man, the problem is me. The problem is not the other man. The problem is not, the problem is me. You know what I mean? I'm the problem, because why do I keep putting this person that I claim to love, my husband, through this situation, So it's like, I think sometimes us women need to sit down with ourselves and not get to a point where we're embarrassing ourselves, because he's already making you look like a fool, because he continually keep doing the same thing with that woman, and then you attacking the woman is not even going to make the situation any better, because that woman's like, okay, now you want to attack me? Okay, no problem. I'm going to keep doing this to piss you off. I'm going to keep being petty to you. And then it's like, why would you continue to be like, get it, like trying to, trying to fix this situation when the situation is not going to be fixed? It's either, be okay with him doing whatever the hell he's doing, and let him just have peace that he's going to go between you and that woman, or leave the relationship, or if worse comes to worse, go and cheat too, so everybody can just cheat and then come home and play a happy home. That's why I'm for it. I'm actually for it.
It's a process. Like, before you even comes to terms with, I'm going to cheat, of course you're going to be hurt. You're going to react emotionally because you want to save your family, right? Some women do it not because they're desperate. They just try to fight for their family in their whatever dysfunctional way they think they're doing it in. But not everyone is like you, where they automatically know what they want. They will react and they will try and control that environment by scaring the other woman away. But it's conditioning. It's men are like, they won't come direct.
But then the thing is, no, obviously they won't come direct. But then for me, like I'm saying, this is, people, we're not young, yeah? We're not young more. I reckon when you're in your 30s, you've already had your own experiences. Because let's say you started dating when you're in your 20s, in your mid-20s, you've had failed relationship or whatever. Like, you learn from your experience, yeah? And from there, you should obviously start to reflect, and you should start to understand men. I would understand a woman that is just like in her early 20s, I would understand the reason behind it. But a woman that is in her 30s or at least in her 40s, I myself will expect more because of the life experiences that you went through, the things that you encountered.
Sorry, we're not going back and forth, we're not arguing, but it's an interesting conversation. Because mostly men they don't come, like I said, they don't come direct. It's usually when they've built something with this person and then they betray them. So, and betrayal hurt. I'm pretty sure you've witnessed it. If someone betrays you, you're gonna feel some type of way about it, and how you react is different, right? So they're not. It's usually just a reaction. That's why women feel they can fight the other woman, because they don't know how to process those emotions.
And also, Bling, also you have to think about it. This woman paid dowry, went through a long process of marriage, and all this other stuff. So why would she give it all up because another woman just wants to have some fun?
Like, the way they deal with it is wrong, because you're going to attack the other woman, which I acknowledge. Blessings, it's not the best way to deal with it. But it just, to me, I look at it as that woman is just so vulnerable because she's been betrayed and she's trying her best to fix or deal with it, and her partner is not being cooperative like most men are. They will avoid it and they won't stop the behavior. And it's a lot for you to decide, I'm going to be single, because you're going to be taking care of someone's kids by yourself. It's not easy.
No, I do understand where you're coming from, yeah? But I'm looking at from, like I said before, yeah? When I've obviously had experience in my life as well, yeah? So when a person acts a certain way, because let's say you've been betrayed before. Now you know the feeling of being betrayed. You can understand how you react to it. Yeah? And then let's say someone else comes and betrays you the same way. You are able to actually reflect on the previous situation that happened. Yeah. So for me, this is what I feel like. When you're in your 30s to your 40s, it's react to to betrayal a little bit different. Yeah. So the thing is, this is my perspective. I get married, I have kids with someone. At the end of the day, yeah. If the marriage, let's say you pay diaries, he did one. Okay, fine, no problem. You go and you have a mistress for all these years, yeah, and it's an ongoing back and forth problems between me and you, yeah. For me, it's either I stay because I don't want to let go of the relationship and not give myself headache, and you know what, we're sharing the man, and not completely detach myself emotionally. Because let's say, okay, the man is paying the mortgage, he spoils me, he does things, he does this, paying the kids' school fees, do what. Okay, if this is what I want to put into consideration, like other women, put that into consideration, and you know what? Don't even give the guy a headache anymore. Allow him to cheat in peace. Even if other women even like message you and everything, detach yourself emotionally, just continue being there for your own benefit. At the end of the day, if you feel like, you know what, I want to leave, if you feel like you want to cheat too, get yourself aside, nigga. Both of you guys can cheat, you guys can come and play freaking family home. Because the way that I look at it, a lot of women, this is just from what I've been hearing. Oh, I've been with this man for 20 years. I've been with this and he did me that, he did me this. But before you found that there was signs and stuff like that. So for you to not give yourself a headache, do the same thing, be single, or just stay in the marriage and don't complain.
I usually like find it so wild how it ends up being the woman that is like criticized so much, but at the same time I get it because the decision is on her whether to stay, right? But like most of them build so much with marriage, like in terms of marriage anyway, they build a lot with this man, right? And they have children or they have assets together, and just like that man sabotages the whole thing. Of course they're going to react, and you know how survivors react, right? If someone is betrayed you, either you're going to like freeze, like you said, and be like, you know what, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to stay and I'm not going to talk. And other people will go on fight mode, they will fight you. And which like is more exposed on social media now when a woman reacts in that fight mode, or then she's shamed for it because she's reacting to, and she's trying to show, you know, how affected she is of that, like whatever the partner is doing. So we just have to be accepting of it and know that people are going to like react to it differently, but they're not wrong for it. And even the women that stay, they're not wrong, because it's actually really hard to financially look after a child as long as they're not like affected by the abuse. Then we should really just support each other. But it's a bit hard to just like look at it from the length of it if we haven't experienced it.
Nah, you know what, to be honest with you, I went through the same scenario and I just told the girl, you can have the man. I'm not stressing myself out like this. You can have him.
You know, blessings, you were able to take out your emotions from it. A lot of people can't. That's the issue. That's what, you know, in South Sudan, and also even in East Africa and Kenya as well, the amount of women who will get sakeen and start really ripping into other women is crazy. I've seen a lot of stuff. People have lost an eye, and it gets really violent.
You know, Junubi, like it's a normal thing now in East Africa for our Sudanese girls or like Dinka women.
Yeah.
Your husband will go and find a wife directly because it's someone he's been cheating with or been dating behind your back. And most women have just moved away gradually from being angry and being reactive to just accepting it and then not having kids anymore. That's it. The man will be in Juba and then he will visit both wives wherever he is. And everyone's just like, I don't know, they've gone through that phase where they're fighting and taking each other's eyes off to like, I don't care anymore.
But you know, Bling, what I kind of noticed, it was actually a setup from the beginning. I actually kind of realized, most people don't want to hear this, but the original excuse for the kids being there was education and everything, but that system now has become, all right. I got a wife that is also a side piece in this country. Now I can have the other people. I can go and mess around because there's a lot of Janubin, which I was shocked. They got a wife in Juba, they got a wife in Kampala, and they got a baby mama in Juba, baby mama in Kampala, and baby mama in Kenya, and they don't have a job. I like, bro, what's going on? I was just listening to this guy. Yeah.
They use the culture card usually.
No, but the funny thing, they don't know. These women don't know about each other until later. They find out about each other by mistake. Like what?
There's definitely been. It's a misconception.
So what actually happened? One of the cases was really wild, right? Actually, let me tell. When I first, okay, let me just do it like this. This is the weirdest story I've ever saw. So I saw all these guys. Oh, hey, they come and hey, Santino, here, you can take the car, and then you can use the car right now. I'm gonna be around. Take the car. If you can drop it for cleaning, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna be gone for a couple hours. I'm like, all right. And then later on, I'm there with the guy, and then later on, before I give you the car, he picks up this chick, and I know his girlfriend, and I see like, who the hell is this? Hey, he looked at me, like, give me a sign, be quiet. So I did, like, all right. And later on, what's it called? He took her to the house. He first dropped his girlfriend. That's pretty much the wife, because they've been girlfriend dating for years, living together. Dropped the girlfriend at the wife at the somewhere in the other place, not Cheddarcat, this other area, to see her family in the morning. In the afternoon, he's picking somebody else up and everything, and I was just so confused. And then later on, I asked, bro, what are you doing bringing this? They said, that's her girlfriend. I said, first, all right, I thought you guys were serious, and I was like, yeah, whatever, don't do that. And then I said, okay, fine. All right, having said that, why are you bringing her to the house? He says, oh, she refuses hotels. I said, you don't think that's dangerous? Just don't worry about it. I got it. You've been outside. I know what I'm doing. And I was like surprised. So there's that thing over there. Then I met another dude who, basically was having trouble. He has kids in Kampala, a kid in Kampala, a kid in Nairobi, and they need some support. He doesn't have money, or that even asked me and all this stuff. And I said, why are you making kids if you don't have a support? Then after all that time, I had one of my friends from the U.S. I said, this guy, this brother is the only guy. He's been in Juba all this time. He's not been brainwashed by these people to have to go and have several child. He has his wife in Kenya. He's doing well. Appreciate him. They got another baby on the way. This guy is, at least the guy, he held his values. He's not influenced by Juba. So I had this thing that I was seeing, and I was impressed by this other brother, right? So then the weirdest thing actually happened, right? What's it called? I had one of these friends in the, what's it called? We were hanging at one of these hangout spots. And then they were saying some weird stuff, right? About what's it called? They're saying some weird stuff about hey, let's what's it called? These men are nothing. And then later on, I put out my friend. At least you ladies, you have hope. You have my friend and everything. Then later on, one of the ladies was quiet. When we went to later on the cafe, she came and told me, psst. Your friend is a freaking. Your friend is was one of the best cheaters, but he's a cheater. And I said, "You're lying. Have some proof." I said, "I have proof. I'm not lying. Why would I'm not lying to you?" And I said, "Why are you slandering my friend's name?" So she said that she's telling me because she wanted me to know, but she also mentioned she did not want to tell me in front. She didn't want to say it in front of other people because it's a well-kept secret. And then she mentioned that, what's it called, the person that the guy is knacking is her cousin. I'm like, what? And I was hearing the story. Afterwards, she said that she can screenshot the messages to prove it. I think he's lying. So, all right, do that. So she had the number and everything, and everything. She proved it, and I'm like, all right, proof made. And then she told me more details. This is what this guy did. That person is working at her office. So what the guy decided to do was, what's it called? What the guy decided to do was actually, before he went with her, he decided to take her to the hospital for a HIV test. I was saying their HIV test, and he said, "Yep," but he didn't trust the HIV process in South Sudan, so he flew her to Kenya for her to get an HIV test. So and when he flew her to Kenya, he said, "I'm gonna keep you in this place because I gotta go see my family since I'm in the city." While he was pretending he had work, he was catering to this woman and making her go through the HIV test. So then it went wild and wild and wild. Afterwards, she was negative. He brought her back, and they've been necking like crazy ever since. And if you hear that story, basically he flew this person that he wanted to be a side chick all the way to Kenya, and had her around the area with the family, and went through the HIV process. So the amount of process that the person did just to cheat was pretty impressive. Or not impressive, but pretty. There's a lot of dedication. So that's how bad things have become. And I don't know. People are wondering. There's only one case I saw there was like no cheating. Is the fear that one of the guys never would think of cheating because he was afraid of the wife would leave him, and the wife had all the cars, had all the money, and everything. So that's the only way you can actually do it. If the guy, because I think a lot of guys think that the women wouldn't leave them. That's one of the reasons why they do it. They don't fear the woman. They don't value the relationship or fear the relationship. But if they fear and value the relationship, they're not going to do it. I mean, they're less likely to do it. Let me say they're less likely to do it. Not going to do it is a bit of a stretch. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get married, guys.
Or you mean girls? Let me tell you now, the cheating situation. Who do you think loses? When someone actually cheats, who do you think actually loses?
Who do you think loses?
I mean, when there's adultery in the marriage, who loses more, the man or the woman, or you think it's equal?
The cheater.
Well, some men would say that they.
Oh my God. Blessing, sorry. Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear it.
My question was like, now, if what's it called? There people are married, adultery happens. Who do you think loses more, the woman or the man?
I mean, to be honest with you, the woman has money, the money. That's why you have to make sure that you don't want with the woman. So you can just do as you feel.
That's my chest piece. That's my magnetic one.
Why is your voice slurred, man? It's so early.
There was two people talking. I'm sorry. What?
Okay, I won't say it.
That's
Go
why
ahead.
you're so happy today.
Oh, why am I so happy today? Get out of here, man. You should be proud of me instead of questioning me.
No, because every time I go to you are so vibrant and you are just excited and your voice. So I want to try and share with us what's happening.
I'm happy. I just got a load of dopamine. I'm just so excited.
Okay, so it's not murder. Gotcha. Dopamine is wild.
Yeah, that one.
Hey, you know your doppelganger rebel was here earlier.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what you were trying to reference, but I got you, brother. I got you.
Oh my God.
I got you. Bro, I am so happy today. I don't know who's going to make me sad, but they're gonna have a good time. I'm only sad because I'm so happy.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
Bling bling, you know.
Just to go back to your question, I think the person that was cheated on loses. So it doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman.
You think so?
Yeah. I agree with that, actually. They cheated on, well, bling bling. Yeah.
I just want to say this, right? Like, what if the cheetah is the blinger?
Sorry?
The cheetah is the one that is holding the cards. Like, that is the blinger. As in, the person that brings...
That's got the wealth.
Yeah.
Well, that depends. Like, if you not lawfully, then
That's the depends. No, nothing else. Just... Yeah.
Money wins.
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
If they're both broke, then
If they're broke, they're fat. Don't complain, just shut the fuck up and do it.
Easier the language, man.
It is what it is. I'm sorry, I thought you got like one.
It's not like you explain by yourself.
That's why I feel like as women, we need to thrive in our we need to thrive in our careers. We need to have.
I haven't played yet. I need to play with someone.
We just need to make sure that we're good. But like, even if you're happy with marriage, have a backup plan.
Yeah, independence is so important.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember when I got married, I was advised that too, because a lot of men like control. So some men, anyways, it's not always for bad intention, but you want to provide. But at some point, when you marry this person and they're still brooding, you got to go through ups and downs, and most likely that marriage will be so toxic because there's a lot of pressure. So it's good for you to have your own thing. You have someone to turn to, or someone. You put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, because you don't have someone be like, oh, but my husband is the one that, pays the bill. My husband is the one that, let him pay the bill, but the money that you have saved on the side, let him pay the bill, let him pay the school fees, let him do whatever the hell he wants to do as a man. For you as a woman, make sure you have something, because I don't agree with this whole thing of, allowing your husband to be in control of everything, even your own finances. I don't agree with that.
I think that is the biggest mistake that you could ever do. You should not.
Yeah.
If you were to be honest and go into a joint account, then be part of that of the decision making. But you should never just invest all your money on people.
Some women, you know what I feel like sometimes, like, people get disappointed because they have so much trust, and for you should never know a person 100%. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even have to be relationship-wise. Even as friends, you can never know what's in someone's heart 100%. Because a situation where you're like, like there's some women with the full chest would be like, I know my man would never. And as soon as you say he would never, he will start never like he never before. I'm telling you, in this life, people surprise you. You really, like, there was this one patient that I looked after, yeah? She was married to this man for, they've been together for 10 years, and then they were married for 5. They planned their life together. They even planned to have, like, a child together. She ended up being pregnant. She obviously told him she was pregnant. The guy left her when she found out after 3 weeks. The whole pregnancy she did by herself. The birth she did by herself. She was with another woman. Now that the child is born, apparently, I need to have custody because that's my kid. Can you believe it? How devastated she was and how hurt she was.
But that's the thing though, men. Some men don't even explain. Like, they don't talk about expectations. They just end up expecting it in the process. And not usually, like, ends marriage, things don't go to term because you have to communicate your expectations instead of just expecting someone just because you're married.
But Link, they planned this child. This child was planned.
But did they talk about responsibilities? Because some people, right, may want you to be the mom, and you should already know that, because when you give birth to a child, you're more responsible for that child. Where the woman will probably think, we're going to do it together. But they're both not on one. They're not on one page.
No. The thing is, I think I think, okay, the fact that they planned that child and she told him that obviously she was pregnant, he should have never walked out because it wasn't like a surprise pregnancy. They both obviously planned it, you know? So for him, even if he didn't want to be with her after she was pregnant, he should have at least supported her. But she did everything on her own because how do you make a plan with someone? Like I tell you right now, oh, Blaine, let's meet up at this place, and then you show up there and I just leave you hanging there. Like, how does that make sense?
I didn't get that.
Yeah, and you're waiting for me. Let's say you're waiting for me hours, and I just decided to go meet up with someone else. They planned this kid. This kid was planned, and it's like, when after 3 weeks, apparently, nope, they don't want to do anything. After you've been with this person for 10 years and then married for 5 years, they plan everything else. They obviously have a house together. Are you telling me the fact that you plan to have a child with this woman? The fact that she just said after 3 weeks she told you that she was pregnant, what, you all of a sudden you just turned off?
Yeah, how does that work, Genevieve?
Hey, where'd Magnificent go? But for me, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, that's pretty low. And also, I think the by the way, I think a lot of people, dudes, don't actually want kids. When they have a kid, the reason why they come back is the family pressure. You have a son, bring that son, and they don't want to look embarrassing in front of the family, so they bring the child. They never care about the child, and they want joint custody so the person can raise a child and they don't have to deal with any of that nonsense. I hope that.
And mind you, this is their third child together.
And
That's a really sad story. Yeah.
You know, when I heard that story, my heart broke for her. I was like, girl, I don't know how you're doing it, but if I had the opportunity, I would maybe go one-on-one with this man, because what do you mean you guys actually sat down and planned it and then he decided, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And now obviously and this is something they've always wanted, obviously, to be together for, a decade basically. So it's like now you just turn around like, no, I don't want this. And it's so sad that some men can just turn around and be like, no, I don't want it, and then the woman is still going to carry the child.
yeah,
And some women are savage. They're like, okay, you don't want this, thank you for letting me know early. Abort the damn child. And you can't blame them.
oh yeah. The funny thing, if that happened, if you bore the child, I think several years later he would have cursed her for that. Can you imagine?
Who cares?
Yeah.
You said that you didn't want the kid after we planned, and then now you're gonna get mad at the fact that the person decided to take the kid out. She didn't plan that she was gonna be a single mother and raise that child herself. So if she decides to take it out, then I think the man should be angry.
He doesn't have the right to be angry.
I don't know, that's just the way I think. You know, and a lot of people think, oh my God, he listen, you think like Hawaii, but I actually don't think like Hawaii.
No, it's just logical. They call it Kawaja because you actually are having a voice. Before, women didn't have voices. That's why they call it Kawaja. That's the thing. I remember I met this woman from Khartoum. She's Jalaba. We had one of these what's it called, cultural discussions for a lot of people. Were from all over outside were coming and they're hanging out, and then people love to join, and they would say, oh, there's this culture discussions, and they're saying it's like Oprah, and the people at the time Oprah was popular, so all these women who are married, they were coming, and then what happened, they were saying, what's it called, they started talking about what's the cultures, things that have happened. And then one of the things that they mentioned was, one of the women said that if she had finances, she would totally left her husband a long time ago if she had the finances. She said that publicly. People were just like, they were surprised because it was not normal to say that in Khartoum. So she said basically with her chest, if she had the finances, her husband a long time ago. But yeah.
A lot of women would do that because that's security, right? You want, like, let's say back home, you don't have a way to take care of those children financially, right?
Yeah.
And struggle with it's a long process for them. for that woman. So why would you give yourself emotional and financial distress? Like, stay in that marriage until you can leave.
So when you hear that thing said out loud, it's pretty crazy because it means that this woman is with a man so the kids won't suffer. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing less.
Unfortunately, most women back home are in those marriages so the kids don't struggle, not because they're happy. Because there's a lot of disadvantages.
I heard that. I was so surprised. Like, you said that with her chest. Which to me was pretty wild.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys do like look into DV and that. It's part of coercive control. For a woman not to have anything, then she has just no choice but to be dependent on you, right?
Yeah.
It's a toxic, like Samantha said.
But yeah, that was to me when I heard a woman say that in a group of public people. A lot of people didn't say anything, but they were surprised. Oh, because especially in Khartoum at the time, to say that stuff is not normal. And they said it out loud with her chest.
If there's security and women could be honest, I think they would say a lot of wild things to Nubi.
Wow. I still think that was surprised, like, oof. Yeah. That's what I was saying anyway. But it makes sense, to be honest. It makes sense.
It's sad, yeah. No one should have to be like stuck in a place where they don't want to be. Unfortunately, that's sad truth.
Okay, but it is a sad truth, to be honest. That definitely a sad truth.
And even like in Australia here, just to get away from that mindset, a lot of women have been a lot of things, and there's so many examples like what that woman has said. Most of them, like, they're just conditioned because they had too many children and they can't leave because they don't want the struggle of raising the child themselves. So they would have to, like, regardless, be in that marriage, attached from, like, not have emotions at all and not expect anything. Just be like, be there until you can, until your kids have gone to a certain age, and most of them would literally walk off when they're okay.
Wow. And then it actually makes more. I think a lot of men back home have caught on to that. That's why the first thing they tell their wives when they get married, the job has got to end. No more jobs. You have to stay and take care of the kids. But translation, I don't want you to have an opportunity to leave if you want
No,
to.
they don't.
I think the guys are caught out because I was always hearing when the guys got married that we're sitting on the tea. Oh, you got married? Yeah, my wife. What did your wife do? Oh, she's a doctor. Yeah, end that immediately. End that ASAP. He said, what? He said, no, she can't. You cannot let your wife work. That be mushakalat.
It's just like when someone comes to marry you and they said you could finish your school when you get in the home, when you get married. No, that is a trap. Run.
Yeah.
There's no way that you're going to finish school.
I think the second they discover that the person is against her working, you know that there's going to be DV around the corner.
Yeah. You know, like Samantha. This is Dr. Samantha. Most of them, like, I don't know how to say it. Most women in Australia, there's a lot of benefits as well for them because they get to do shared custody at home. Like when I'm at work, you're with the kids,
and vice versa.
When you're at work, I'm with the kids, and then it's just a transactional marriage. Now there's no emotions to it, and some of them are okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're okay to perform the duties of being a mom because that's what they signed up for. But it's not a marriage. There's no emotions in it. We'll just be there.
Scary stuff.
Scary, but it's so powerful to reach that like mindset where like you're benefiting regardless. Because if you were to be there or not, like, you do the same thing. So you might as well be there and get some help financially. Most men, they still pay their house bills. Some don't, but most of them.
Okay.
wouldn't go, like, I wouldn't go struggle paying bills and put my kids into private schools and paying for activities by myself. Like, that's a lot. If you have
Doesn't work, huh?
no, the reason I put that, you're gonna have to take her after school care, morning school care. No way.
No way indeed.
But what do these men do apart from just obviously the providing part, and the woman probably does everything?
But most women don't even care though at that point. Once they decide to stay, they don't want anything else from you. Like they touch not a normal marriage. Stay in houses that I was scanned intentionally. Because I'm not putting it in. It's transactional.
For me, to be quite honest, if this is what I was saying before, that if you feeling like it would benefit you to stay, let's say the man is the one that's paying the bills, everything like that, school fees are all paid for, you have your own money on the side, and let's say he's, just cheating and stuff like that, then if you feel like, okay, this benefits me more and I don't want to go through it, then just stay. Because at the end of the day, like you just said before, like you're benefiting something out of it, he's providing and he's doing all that. Yeah. But then emotionally detach yourself.
Yeah, like a lot of, if you'll be surprised how many women have mastered attachment, like being emotionally detached from their partners, to the point where they don't really care. They're just there for the kids, literally. I've had friends or aunties that I questioned their behavior, like, why are you in your home? And she's like, well, you have to be okay to be at home with. I don't want love. I'm almost 45. I don't care about love. I'm not here because I have emotions. When I was like in my 30s, I would have been regulated and she had emotions and she wants her husband to love her. But once you're like at a certain age and you have kids, it's not about your emotions. It's what you can do from that.
Honestly, I would still support her to go out on dates, to be quite honest.
If she wants to even go on.
No, honestly,
that's why you see a lot of women in our community, they have mixed kids because they're just like each other.
And you know what's so funny? And this is the thing that these men don't want to like thinking. I'll be like, okay, my woman, because like she's probably really good. She's mastered cheating because okay, you're cheating there, me myself, I'm cheating, and I'm staying in the house too. But I feel like okay, it's wrong when they go out there and get pregnant. But obviously, cheat for your own emotional need, and you can have your husband at home because he's doing the same thing. He's cheating for his own emotional need. Let him do the providing, everything like that. Girl, even if you have to go on vacation, go on vacation. I dislike the fact, what hurts me the most, Bling? I honestly dislike the fact that a lot of our aunties are single because they choose, I think 45 is not all. Being 40 is not all. But these men, they're the same one that will go and get married and live with another woman, happy ever after, and you are the one struggling to raise these grown kids, to raise even your grandkids, and they're over there having they still have they're still having companionship and stuff like that.
I'm not as miserable as you think. There's a lot of them that we see on social media. They're still going through the acceptance stage. They just got betrayed and things are left. They can't there's processing.
But you know what? Honestly, like there was this auntie. I think I don't even know her name. I don't even know her like that. But it was just a story that I heard. She I think she's in her late 40s, and she went and got married, and everyone in the community was talking crap about her. How could she do that? This is not. I said, why you guys? I said, you guys are just talking shit about her because you guys. No, they're miserable. She decided that she wanted happiness. She wanted to find someone. She wanted to get married. She said, what do you do that is wrong?
Absolutely nothing in our perspective, but even my mom.
Absolutely nothing.
My mom has that mindset. My auntie got married, right, and she had 6 kids or 5 kids with her husband. I don't even know. And then she decided the husband's a weirdo. He likes to just impregnate every woman that he can find. So then she's like, you know what? We'll break up. She tried to make the marriage work. It didn't work. She went to Africa and got married. She's happy. My mom. She couldn't sleep over it. She's like, why would she do this? Why would you go get married again? You already have a teenage daughter. Why would you get married? But just look after your kids. She looks like she's a sharmuta because she would have got married.
Oh my God, she said that. Oh my God, that's crazy.
It's about how she looks. But I'm like, but She has a young man that is happy with her, and they now have a child. He doesn't mind showing her off. I don't care if she has 5 kids. As a woman, enjoy her life.
And that's the thing. I literally always say, you guys just want to suffer because you're like, oh, I'm too grown, my kids are too grown, I don't want to do that. You don't have to have more kids. And matter of fact, even if you want to have kids, you're married. You didn't just go and have a child with someone else at your big age. You went and got married. You did it the right way. What's the big deal about it?
My mom
I think in that community,
because
in that community,
they didn't get the opportunity to do these things when they were young. They were not
but
rebellious.
they're the one that didn't want to.
I know a lot of women that were in their home that they're not. Like, they don't want to be married because they don't want the shame of being called a right? Like a single mom. So they just they're on the low. They're having their own kids and they have secret relationships, just like every other person in our community in Australia. Women that have men that are cheating outside, they're cheating too. They just don't want the shame of being.
They're just professional. They're professional.
They don't want people in their business, so they're just there. But they're wild. A lot of people are having kids with each other.
Oh my god, you know what? Oh my god, there's this story back then when I heard. I was actually traumatized by this story. I was like, what the hell? So there's this woman, she's married. Her husband is she's really, she got married. Her husband is back home, you know. All these years she's been sleeping with this one Borkiraya. All these years, and she ended up getting pregnant. And the guy was getting married, and he brought obviously he brought his wife to Australia, and she came with that cocoon.